have traveled this country for 22 months, holding mother's hand. And I will do it till I die. Which side are you on?
Freedom!
Look at this face. Look at it.
No justice, share the pain.
This is Martise Miller. I want to present, to speak in his place, and in his honor, Edward Powell, his brother. I'm Martise's father. I wanted to say that this turnout is beautiful. And about this turnout, this is nothing but family right here. I only feel nothing but a warmth of family. Every person here is some way, shape, form, or fashion my blood. And my son was shot 6 times, once in the back running and 5 times while he laid on his stomach in his back and told don't move when he couldn't move. He was paralyzed off of the first shot. So we came here from across this country to be a family, and let's act like one. Everybody, we need to act like one. Everybody next to you, you need to look at them and tell them, if you don't know them or not, that you love them. And I love y'all. Mic check! If there's any way for people to move forward, get close to your friends. Or your new friends. So people can hear in the back. Mic check! I have an announcement. 5 people have been arrested from the march on 5th Avenue. They are being taken to the 7th precinct. We're going to organize jail support. We're not going to let them take our sisters and brothers who dared to march in these streets demanding stop police terror to just be taken away in silence. We're going to stand with them, and we're going to fight like hell to get them out of jail. So anyone who wants to be part of jail support to go to the 7th precinct, come forward to this side of the truck and talk to us over there. This is very important. We don't leave people in the clutches of these murdering pigs.
Everybody should be over there. The whole march should go over there. When this is over.
Hi everyone, I'm happy to be here. I'm so glad that everybody came out today to stand up for all their family members. I'm here to speak on my younger brother's behalf, Dakota Bright. He was 15 years old, murdered by Chicago police in 2012, November 8th. He was brought to his death by one fatal shot to the back of his head. He never made it to a medical examiner. He was shot on his way home from school, Paul Robeson, where he was attending. My brother never got to live his life. He was 15 years old. He never got to have kids or graduate high school or any of that. So I'm just glad that he's able to look down and see that he has so many supporters and that we will get justice. My mother's not here. She can't be here. She's going through a lot. But I just want to thank everybody for being here for my mother. Thank you.
Hawa Ba, the mother of Muhammad Ba.
Hi everyone. I'm so happy to see all these people here stand up today and ask for justice. I'm the mother of Muhammad Ba. Muhammad Ba never committed a crime in his life. He was an honest student. In 2012 he was a little sick. I called for ambulance. I never called police. The police respond brutally, so put us out from the apartment, break a door, shut in, enter in the apartment. I need justice for all the victims you see innocent victims. They got to stop burying our youth for no reason. For us, it's police. We need justice. No justice, no peace. You see all the people who are standing here, they are victims like myself. I'm not alone. I bring one of my nephews here, the youth, the future. Her name is Mariam. The future of the colored people in America, they need justice. They can't live with fear. America is one America for all over. Thank you.
Next we hear from Mariam.
My uncle was killed by the police and he committed no crime. We should not continue to live in terror of the police who are supposed to be here to protect us. We need to stop this right now.
Okay, we got Marcus. I forgot the brother's last name. He's on behalf of Anthony Anderson. Marcus Pettiford and I forget the name. Nicole Pettiford.
They were close to it.
Back in 2012, my father was murdered by the Baltimore City Police Department. He was slammed on the back of his head. He suffered a ruptured spleen as well as 6 broken ribs. The coroner ruled it a homicide. Greg Bernstein was in office at the time. He decided not to prosecute his officers. He laughed in my family's face in a secret meeting that we had with him and said, "Oh, I'm not prosecuting my officers. They acted within the guidelines of their jobs." So with all of that, I want to thank you all for coming out on behalf of the Anthony Anderson's family. I want to thank you for being one voice, one community, and let them know that we are here now.
Yes,
y'all see
sir.
us. We're not hiding anymore. You can no longer sweep this under the rug.
That's right.
This is a nation problem. I'm coming here all the way from Baltimore City. I'm here with y'all. One community, one voice. No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
All right, next we will hear from Nicole Pettiford.
Hello, everybody. I just have one thing to say. I came up with a song, and it's perfect for this. And I'm just going to sing a little bit of it for y'all. And it goes like this. Don't tell me it's over now. I said don't tell me it's over now. Please don't tell me it's over now. 'Cause God's got it all playing now. I said my father's got it, and it's all planned out. Yes, your father's got it, and it's all planned out. I tell you, God's got it, and it's all planned out. So don't you worry, it's all planned out. I want y'all to remember that. It is all planned out. They're not going to stop us.
right, next we will hear from the son of St. Q.
St. Q is my son's name. I want you to remember the name. St. Q. We call him Q. Q is here tonight. Q is here today, I guarantee you. This young man's spirit was connected to mine even before he was born, and I trust me, he is here. St. Q was gunned down, I say executed. He was executed in Jackson, Tennessee, just 3 months after Mike Brown. Lying on the ground, face down, shot in the back. And not only that, St. Q posed so little threat, these cops actually went back to the car and then came back and shot him in the back. Now you can see the shot, the execution on video. But even to this day, they are in denial. They have even lied about the cop that actually fired the shot. This is how layered the conspiracy is, the cover up. So I'm saying to you, family, I'm glad to be a part of this justice train. I came all the way here. I go anywhere to stand with any family, but bring this justice train through the plantation in Jackson, Tennessee. Those of you who can, November 6th is the 1-year anniversary. We got to take this train all around the country, but come to the plantation because we need you there, brothers. It's as bad as it was in the 50s and the 60s. Thank you.
All right, let's continue.
This is my daughter, Adacia Miller. I'm going to say some numbers to you, and I want you to pay close attention to them. 24 years, 364 days. 24 years, 364 days. That's exactly how long my daughter lived. I shouldn't know that. But I can tell you another number. 1,204. That's how many days she's been gone. Some of these people getting these badges are confusing it with being the shit. They're not. You were hired to do a job, to uphold a law, to serve and protect. And if you can't do it, you need not be in that position. All of you so-called prosecutors, you don't have the balls, the guts, the heart, the damn sense to convince these people for what they are doing. Need to get their asses out of office too. I'm here from Detroit, and my prosecutor is Kim Worthless. Her last name is Worthy, but she ain't even worthy of me mentioning. No investigation into my daughter's death, though she was shot at a police officer's house at his party with his service weapon. And they waited 25 minutes to call 911. They never checked him for any alcohol or drugs. They stopped short of saying my daughter shot herself, though she has no gunshot residue on her hands, her clothes, or her wound track. She was shot in her lung, and it went through her heart. I don't think her going out that night to celebrate her life, her upcoming birthday, was her plan to end up dead. The last thing I told her was that I loved her. And I thank God that I got to hear her say, I love you back. Because I got to keep that. I got to remember that for the rest of my life. But I'm here to fight for my daughter. I'm here to fight for everybody's child, parent, grandchild. I'll be that voice. I'm going to be here. And I the third police officer of Detroit killed my daughter. I will be there when you go down too.
I know it's hard to listen to all these heartfelt stories and first-hand accounts from the family, but we have more. And as you listen to them, remember their pain and remember why you are here. To keep spreading the word, there is something that each and every one of you can do, and we need you to do it. We need you to continue to challenge this system. Now let us continue hearing from the families.
Our next speaker is going to be Ishtime Robinson, who is the mother, incredibly, of not one, but two of her children murdered by the police.
These are my two children, Jason Dixon and Aja Dixon, murdered by the police just 6 months apart. It is important that we remember them and hear their stories, but more importantly, what I want you to do right now is look at your neighbor and ask them the name of their loved one that was lost. Just take a moment and look around and ask them the name of their loved one that was lost. And the reason why I'm asking you to do that is because in order to stop this, we have to become a community united on one accord, and that is to save our children. Because not only am I here standing for my two children, but I'm here standing in solidarity for all our children. Because all our children matter. Every last one of the children and the adults and the loved ones that have been lost, that are represented by family members today matter. And we have to send a resilient, resounding cry to this system that we are not going to tolerate this. And the way we're going to stop it is through L-O-V-E in the community. Let me hear you shout it. L-O-V-E in the community. That means that my child is just as important as your child, and your child is just as important as my child. I want to bring this woman up right now. It's her son, and we're sharing space. I don't have to go on about my children. Her son is just as important as Jason and Aja. Hear from her now.
Hello everybody, and thank you for being here. My name is Venus Anderson. My son was Christopher Anderson. He was shot down in an emergency room at the Highland Park Police Station. Now my story might be a little bit different from y'all's, considering that my son did have a weapon on him. But it took them about 2.5 hours to realize the nigga was armed. Okay? My son never pulled the gun out on the police. He was in the hospital for 2.5 hours, like I said, before they discovered he had a gun on him. My son went walking through the hallway with his hands in the air and said, "Don't shoot, I surrender." They put him back in a room, gave him 44 seconds to put the gun down before open firing 1.7 seconds, 9 bullets at my son in a small closed-in room with a curtain. My son was shot in cold blood. He fell over off the bed, and while his body was dead, they put handcuffs on him. And when they rolled him over, ladies and gentlemen, the gun was still beneath him, indicating he never pulled the weapon on the police. Okay? This is injustice. So whether they have a gun or not, you have to look at the circumstances. My son didn't deserve to die that way. None of your family, none of your kids deserve to die by this. We pay the police to serve and protect us. They no longer hide behind white sheets, ladies and gentlemen. They're hiding behind the shield. These are the new age police, ladies and gentlemen. Let's shut them down. Next is my daughter to say what she needs to say. Charlotte Anderson.
It took a lot of courage for me to come up here. I'm talking on behalf of my brother Christopher Anderson. The reason why I stood up here is because I'm 21 years old, and a lot of people that I see out here around my age, which is the best feeling in the world, because everybody's so caught up on what's the next song finna come out, or who finna twerk and who finna do that. That's not the problem. The problem is that they killing us, period. We are the future, and we gonna have kids, and we don't want our kids to be out here where they're ready to kill us too, and kill them too, and then we gotta bury them. That's not right. So as people that are my age, my generation, and younger, I just use your social media to stand up, period. Don't use it for beefing. Don't use it for the next song. If it's going to be the next song, be about the song about killing us, period. It don't need to be about, let's twerk, let's do this, let's go turn up. No, let's turn down and turn up for the real reasons of why they killing us. It was because we black, Latino, period. Period. Y'all, there's people that sleep. There's people that have the opportunity to be here today for free, and they didn't even show up. They didn't have nothing to do today, but I bet you they turning up. But guess what? I tell you this, I'm 21 years old, and guess what? I enjoy turning up right here. Right. talking for other people, it mean a lot to me. And y'all mean a lot to me. Period, point blank. I love y'all, period. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's my daughter, Shay Anderson. Before I get back to the young man here, I wanted to say something. The morning that my son was killed, I was about to surrender my life. I was about to give up drugs, the streets, the abuse, and my suitcase was packed at the door getting ready to move with my daughter that just got off the stage. And I got a phone call from a niece asking me how I was feeling. And I said, I feel good today. I'm gonna move on with my life. I surrendered my life off drugs. She said, Auntie, I said, I'm waiting on my son and my grandbaby to come take me to this train station. She said, Auntie, how dare man go drive you to the train station? Today, ladies and gentlemen, people ask me how I'm dealing with this. I'm still smoking crack. How you like that? I'm not saying this because I'm looking for sympathy or help, but this is the way I'm dealing with reality. And until I find justice for my son, till somebody can make me understand how the police gonna tell me you justifiable in killing my child the way you did, I'm gonna continue to do the things I do. Pray for me.
Our next speaker, Jonathan, is a 10th grader at Bard High School. There you go. I met Jonathan almost a year ago when he was in the 9th grade. When he was one of the organizers of 1,000 high school students walking out after Thanksgiving. He was in the streets day after day when we were marching, and I want to give you Jonathan.
Hi, thank you all for coming out today. I know it's cold, it was started early, it's been going for a while. And I want to give as much time as I possibly can for the families. But I have a really quick announcement. It's that a year ago, on December 1st, we had almost 2,000 students walk out of their high schools, fight their teachers, walk out of their educations because they realized that there was a really important problem. That in this country, black men, women, children, anyone who didn't fit the NYPD's norm was going to be murdered. They were going to be attacked, they were going to be targeted. And this year, on December 1st, we're bringing that back. This is a call on December 1st for everyone here and everyone in the city, everyone in America to walk out of their schools, out of their jobs, and to join us in the streets at 12 o'clock. If you're in New York City, I want you to meet at Union Square at noon, and we're gonna shut the fuck down.
I'm the sister of Tyrone West, and this is my newfound cousin, Cornell West. And just like he told me when I met him down in Ferguson, because I always say I want justice. Like he said, there's no justice when your loved one is brutally murdered. There's only accountability. So right now, I'm seeking accountability. My brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered in Baltimore City, brutally beat to death on July 18, 2013. And way before Freddie Gray, and right now my heart goes out to Freddie Gray and his mother. Everybody want to talk about some damn money. It's never about the income, it's about the outcome. So lift the sister up. And before Freddie Gray, there was Anthony Anderson, whose son was just up here. Our racist state's attorney, Greg Martin, did nothing. And all the same unit who murdered Anthony Anderson brutally murdered my brother Tyrone West. And 17 days before, Nicholas David Chapman Ruiz brutally beat a man, Abdul Salam, to death 17 days before they killed my brothers. And these animals were let back on the streets. And I just want to leave y'all with this. let's talk about the word protest. This is a test that God gave me that I never asked for, but I had became the pro at it. Standing up, stepping forward, standing up, fighting for what's right. And please do not twist my words. I'ma say it loud and clear just in case Fox listening, because they've been blackballing me all day. We won't stop. We can't stop until killer cops are in cell blocks.
Thank you, sister. We're getting a lot of passionate, very passionate people speaking and sharing their stories. I want to remind each and every one of you that are here, I am honored to stand with you as you become pioneers and organizers. You have a continuous thing to do, a continuous job to build this movement. This is not just a moment. Come on, sister.
Our next speaker is going to be Gabrielle McCarter. McCarter, her husband, was murdered, David, in Newton County, Texas, on December 30th, 2011.
California. I was married for San Francisco, Bay Area, West California. Right here. My husband, Reverend David McCarter. I was married for 19 years to this man right here. We raised 4 beautiful children. He was gunned down in the church parking lot of the church that he grew up in Newton County, Jasper, Texas, if you've heard of it. In the parking lot, praying, stopped by the deputy. He had his hands up. I watched the video. His hands was up the entire time. And the officer pulled out the taser. When that wasn't good enough, he started backing up away from the taser. Then he grabbed him, threw him across the hood of the car, and pulled out his gun and shot him in cold blood. Then after he shot him, people watched him get on his back and push the life out of his body in the church parking lot. Innocent, a man who's a veteran, worked for Fortune 500 companies, did nothing wrong. He was no criminal. I have 4 children without a father, 3 grandchildren. And we must stand together as family and unite as one, that we must stop this. If we do not speak up, nothing will happen. We have to stand here and decide that we will no longer take this police terror and this police brutality. We are here as one.
Right, thank you, sister.
Our next speaker is Sheila Reed. Her son, Jerome Reed, was murdered by the police in New Jersey. We have tri-state murder and terror by the police departments. Here is Sheila Reed. Power to the people. I said power to the people. Hello, everyone. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see everyone is out here today. My son, Jerome Reed, was killed in Bridgeton, New Jersey. His hands was up. They did a stop because they didn't do a full stop at the stop sign. His friend had a Jaguar. In the Jaguar was a gun in the glove compartment, but the gun did not belong to my son. The police officer Dave intercepted the gun out the glove compartment and held it, and had his gun drawn from out of his case. He shot my son 7 times. 7 times. They murdered my son. The white cop that was with him, Officer Worley, he shot 1 shot, but he missed. But my son is no longer here. My son has a baby boy that turned 1 year old last week. He was 3 months old when his father got killed. My son don't have
is not here to celebrate his son's birthday. I'm in return had to celebrate his birthday tomorrow. He is now 1 year old. I want the police officer arrested and let them know what it feels like to be locked up. My son got locked up. They beat him so bad, they jumped him in jail. They beat his eye socket out, broke his ribs, maced him, and left him for dead in the jail for 2 or 3 hours. I want these officers arrested. All the officers that's murdering our children, our husbands, our sons, I want them arrested. They do not need to be in uniform. We pay their taxes to take care of us, not to kill us. And that's what they're doing. They're taking it right back to them when we was being hung in Africa, so they say. They're taking it back to slavery time. We need to do something. We need to stand up. Stand up and fight. Power to the people.
All power to the people.
Our next speaker is Darlene Kane. Darlene.
Hello everyone. My name is Darlene Kane. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm the voice of Dale Graham. Anyone here from Baltimore? Yeah! Rise up! If you can read my poster, my son, Dale Graham, was 29 years old. He was shot and gunned down in Baltimore City. He was a law student at the University of Baltimore. He was a father of 2 kids. And if you read that date behind my head, October 28th, I'm coming in on a 7-year anniversary. It just breaks my heart to hear this many stories from so many mothers. But I want you to know today that I'm here fighting, standing strong and tall every minute, every moment of the day for my child. Every breath that I take, every move that I make, I'm here. I'm going to walk for my child. I'm going to crawl, do whatever I can to get justice for my child. And all you mothers that's out here, I'm with you. And all you folks that's standing with us in the communities and everyone that's out here, I thank you. God bless you for everything. But I want you to know, they got the right mother, but they killed the wrong son. I'm going to get my justice, and justice for everyone that's here today. Thank you.
All right. Seems like we have an endless amount of families who have suffered grief because of police brutality. We need each and every one of you to help us put an end to this scourge of police terrorism.
I want to bring up the mother and sister of Muhammad Ali, who was shot by the police in Queens County. His sister Nimra wants to share some words with you.
Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to start off by saying that I appreciate that everyone's here today and we're all standing up for a cause. We're all here for a reason. We're all here because we've been terrorized in some way by the police. And even if you haven't been terrorized for the police, and if you're just here for a good cause, that's even better. If you just have a good heart and you're here and you're supporting all these people that are here today, I appreciate that. Here. On January 5th, 2013, my brother Muhammad Ali, on his 21st birthday, was shot twice by Nassau cops. They came out of their jurisdiction to Queens County to come to get my brother, and he was unarmed. They shot him for no reason, and this is what I got in my defense. Because he was shot, and I could just see it. I could see it in his face, it was almost like he was about to die. And you know, they called the ambulance. There's 2 hospitals near our house. There's 2 hospitals, and no one showed showed up. Nobody showed up on time. We were waiting, and I'm screaming. I'm asking for help. I'm asking for help. All they keep doing, they keep pushing me, my sisters, my mother, disrespecting my mother. It's not right. It's not right. We live in America. You know, is it because we're Muslim? Is it because I'm Muslim? Is it because my brother's a Muslim? They call us terrorists. Meanwhile, NYPD is terrorizing us. Justice for everyone who's here today.
Well, I live in Atlanta now.
I'm sorry, I just have a lot to say. Justice for Muhammad Ali. Justice for all the families that are here today. Keep fighting, stay strong, and don't let these people win. Don't let them win. If the problem is that we stop. We give up. We give up. We try for a little bit, and we get knocked down. We get pushed around, and we stop. The problem is that we don't know how to continue. We don't know how to be as one, be a community as one, and keep going and standing up for what's right. That's all we're doing. We're just fighting for what's right. Don't we deserve that much? Like, we live in a free country. This is what happened to me trying to protect my brother, Muhammad Ali. Please remember the date, January 5th. Look up my brother, justice for my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, I'm sorry. Justice for everyone.
Our next speaker is going to be Paris Bay, her cousin. This beautiful young woman, Janisha Fonville, was murdered by the police, 20 years old, 3 weeks shy of her birthday. Here is Paris Bay.
Hey y'all, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and my cousin is Janisha Fonville. She was shot and killed this February. She was just chilling in her house. She had a problem. She was depressed, and she like cut herself. And all her girlfriend wanted to do was get her help. And they called the cops, and as soon as the cops came in, instead of saying anything, no warning, it was dark in there, she jumps up, noticing that her girlfriend came in the house and not seeing the cops, and he just shoots her twice. He shot her once in the finger and once in the neck, and that was the kill shot. Just thinking that next day when I had to go into her apartment and see blood everywhere, where she threw up on herself, where she squatted on the floor, needing help. He didn't once try to, help her, or anything. He went to his car, got a bag, and didn't do anything, just sat over her body. My message today is, we gotta stop these cops from killing our people. We can stand in line for a pair of Jordans. We can stand together and change this system. I can't take this no more, y'all. I'm like done crying. I'm done coming to these rallies. I'm done talking about it. I want to do about it. And I think everybody out here, we can do something about it. I mean, here in New York, I see all these people, and I wish we could do this in North Carolina. I wish we could do it. They silence us there. But thank you all so much for coming out here. Janisha was a queer. She dressed like a boy. She was loving, and we miss her. We miss her so much. Thank you.
bring up Dino Davis
Charlotte, North Carolina.
from Charlotte, North Carolina, talking about Larika Williams.
Alright, how y'all doing today? First off, I want to say Black Lives does matter. Put a sign there. You see this right here? That's my cousin Larika Williams. He was killed and tasered by Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department. It was a crazy day because the day before he was murdered, he was supposed to see us the next day. The last thing I heard him say was, "I love y'all and I'll see y'all tomorrow." We never got to see him. We got woken up 12 o'clock that day just to hear that phone call. Just to hear the message that he was killed. And then I want to say this. On our way marching, I was called an idiot by police. First off, I'm an idiot and I have a good education. I graduated first off. So I'm an idiot. He called me ignorant. Like, I'm ignorant just because I'm marching, standing up for us, really? Like I told him, you have kids. Your kids probably hate you. And just, you feel me? They smile in your face and say F you when you turn your back. You feel me? But I just want to say Black Lives Matter. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. When? Now. What? Yes. I love y'all, man.
Our next speaker is Efat Walker, Macon, Georgia. Interesting, wonderful, not wonderful, but interesting story of murder and corruption, because this murderous rampage is systemic. It is systemic.
Good evening. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. My brother was Abraham Muhammad from St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, by way of DeKalb County, Georgia. Some of you all might remember DeKalb County for the shooting of the outgoing sheriff-elect, Derwin Brown, that was shot and killed by a sheriff in the same department. He hired hitmen in DeKalb County, Georgia. My brother was killed August 24th, 2006 in DeKalb County, unarmed. What he had in his possession was a bag of Fritos and a bottle of Ensure. And he was shot in the face by Officer Garrett in DeKalb County. I also represent the DeKalb 12. The DeKalb 12 is 12 families that were shot down and killed in DeKalb County. Same county, same year. Of the 12, 4 were killed in the month of August in DeKalb County, Georgia. When I went to the funeral home for my brother's wake, there was a body right next to my brother's in the room right over. At the time, we had no idea that that was the body of Nigel Smith, who was also killed 2 days prior to my brother's death. They were buried in the same funeral home on the same day, September 2nd of 2006. I also represent the family of Kalawaiti Burai. Kalawaiti Burai was killed in DeKalb County in Lithonia, Georgia. She called the police for a domestic dispute between her and her husband. When the police arrived, they shot and killed Kalawaiti Burai. I also represent the family of Nigel Smith. Nigel Smith was placed in the back of a police car. He was mysteriously dead an hour later. His death was blamed on his sickle cell anemia. I also represent the family of Larry Bernard Pitts II. Larry Bernard Pitts was about 6'4", pretty big guy. Had some mental health issues that needed medical attention, not police abuse. When the police arrived, as
as he was called to assist the family and to assist them in calming him down, he was shot and killed. One of many. In a county over, I know you remember Catherine Johnston, 92-year-old, from the no-knock warrant. Fulton County, Georgia, less than 15 minutes away. We have a serious issue, people. We have a serious issue, people. We have a serious issue. This cannot continue to be ignored. We cannot continue to simply march, go home, and say, well, that was a good march. You know, there was a lot of people that showed up. When we leave here today, we have to make a conscious decision in saying, when we say that there will be no justice if there is no peace, there will be right currently now, we have no justice. There is no justice. Because there is no justice, there will be no peace until we receive justice. There will be no peace until we receive justice. I'm going to hand the microphone to my son, who needs to say something because he's been there from the beginning. And he saw his mother. He saw my mother. He saw my father suffer. He witnessed his mother having to bury her own brother, having to dress my brother for his own funeral. He witnessed all of this as a 7-year-old child. I'm going to pass it to him.
My name is Antoine Walker, and I would like to say I have my camera right here, and I have recorded everything that has happened today. When I go home, I am not just going to forget about what happened today. Everyone around the world is going to hear about this. We will not be shut up. We will be heard. And people will continue to walk past, act like they don't hear us, but I know you do. And you will. This will be international on the news every single day until we receive justice, and there will be no peace. We will shut down every street. You can keep us off the street, but you will not keep me off the internet.
We're getting tired of the pictures on the banners. We're gonna stop this, and it's up to you to stop it.